Leading off our discussion tonight is Congressman Steve Cohen, Democrat of Tennessee. He's a former member of the House Ethics Committee and a current member of the House Judiciary Committee. Congressman Cohen, thank you very much for joining us tonight. And I just want to begin on that final point about everyone knows. Everyone knows about Matt Gaetz. Everyone in the House of Representatives knows about him, as we just heard from Senator Mullen. He has, in effect, self-confessed on the floor of the House, according to what we just heard.
Well, it was pretty well just noticed that he had shown pictures on the House floor of different girls. Now, there was nothing about the money, and there's other things in the report about misuse of powers, misuse of funds, MRA, which is your congressional money, being used for personal bases, and something about a bribe. I don't know what those are about, and I think that's something that needs to be looked at, too, because those are awful activities for somebody who could be the Attorney General of the United States, and it also could be very illustrative to Congress people about what the ethics require and what violations of ethics could take place. You know, I just don't know exactly what it is, but it's a terrible situation, and there should be at least one of those. I think there's somebody other than on the Republican side. There could be a couple of people that could vote, because there's some good people there that have values, and they may rise to be a Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah,
Mr. Smith.
Congressman, I think there's a lot of people listening to us right now who are pretty cynical, or in their minds realistic, about the House of Representatives, the Senate now being so partisan, that this is hopeless, that no Republican would ever vote against another Republican. But I've seen it. I've seen it in the United States Senate. Certainly when I was working there, Republican senators on the Ethics Committee voting against Republican senators under investigation. You've seen it happen in the House of Representatives on that Ethics Committee. And so I believe that on December 5th, there's a very strong chance that at least one of these Republicans on the Ethics Committee will vote to release that report.
I think there is as well. I went to the floor the day after he announced, Trump announced he was going to name Matt Gaetz, and spoke on the floor for 5 minutes, which is what we were limited to, about the need to release this report. It so happened that Mike Gaetz, who was the chairman of the Ethics Committee, was the Speaker pro tem that day. And I noticed that, and I kind of, in my remarks, guided them towards him in the need and the importance for the respect of Congress to release the report. I saw him the next day in the gym, and I talked to him about it, and he wasn't exactly sure where they're going to be. It sounded a little bit like he was considering the idea of giving it to the Senate. So I think there's a possibility. Mike did a good job on prosecuting Santos, but, you know, the House took about 8 months to get rid of Santos, and he was just the most awful liar and thief that I guess we've had in the House. And there have been quite a few liars and thieves in the House.
And Congressman Garbarino and the other Republicans on Long Island desperately wanted to get rid of Santos, to get him out of their political lives on Long Island so they could smoothly run for re-election. Congressman Steve Cohen, thank you very much for your expertise about the Ethics Committee. We're going to need to hear from you as this proceeds. Thanks for joining us tonight.
You're welcome, Lawrence.
Well, one